Game number 2 is on Daybreak. Let's introduce our players, starting with this green Zerg in the top right corner.
It is Evil Genius's IdrA. And we, as you said, are on Daybreak. In the bottom left-hand corner, however, we have Dignitas SeleCT, who is currently up 1-0 in this series. Now, SeleCT, I have to say, okay, we've been harping on IdrA. We were like, okay, well, he had an advantage. How did he actually lose it? SeleCT had great macro that game. And that is something that I think, in general, he's been known to have very weak macro. We've seen him go up to 2,000, 3,000 minerals on multiple occasions here at the NASL alone. I've actually been very critical about him recently, but last game, my God, that had to be one of the...
It was a new SeleCT.
Yeah.
Because SeleCT is so used to doing those kind of high aggression styles, similar to Ganzi, MMA, and just being everywhere on the map, trying to be hyper aggressive, which works out for some players. But in that case, SeleCT was playing more like comprehensive, like MVP style, just like play very, you know, I see where your army's trying to go, I see where the point of contention is, I'm going to snipe expansion, fall back, and play defense, and just generally have a stronger integrity in your army. And SeleCT playing very well. We'll see what he can do on Daybreak. Now, Daybreak, IdrA loves this map compared to at least the other maps in the map, but we had a pretty hefty map discussion with Greg when he was here for the Sunday Showdown. And I guess what's so great about Daybreak is that different styles are very prevalent. Like, a lot of things can happen, whether if you're a Zerg player, you can go mutas, you can go infestors. We've seen everything, basically. And you know, IdrA's always said that he likes this, well, he tends to play towards the Infestor style, but it was a pretty big showcase as Infestor control was not on point last game.
Yeah. One thing I want to note, which is great that you actually brought that up, is the fact that the Infestors were all grouped together in a huge ball. And normally when you go Infestor style, you actually split them up for the beginning because you're worried about different drops and you don't want to be out of position for pushes. Keep in mind, with Infestors, you need to actually suffocate them. You don't want them to have space, just like mutas. It's a different way of thinking about it, but you don't want them to have all that space to do whatever they want, because as soon as you do that, you miss critical fungal times when you could have not been taking damage, right? I'm approaching you, fungal. But now if you wait, okay, now it's like my Zerglings have to be forced in and then I fungal. So that's a really critical thing that IdrA wasn't able to accomplish.
IdrA has not been paying attention to this bunker. I thought it was in his sight because it was when the hatchery was done, and IdrA is not paying attention to the bunker finishes, and that is going to be a lot of lost time mining.
SCV.
Oh, and the looks like the SCV is going to just continue to repair, and IdrA's left the game immediately. Oh my goodness, SeleCT takes game number 2 in a very quick fashion, under 5 minutes, and that was really quick. I think the only faster game we had this season thus far was when IdrA 6-pooled, or sorry, when TLO 6-pooled Ganzi. So IdrA not paying the closest attention to the bunker. It was in the sight, just outside the sight range of the hatchery, and I can't believe it. Wow, he had the Overlord there too, just passing it by, and in his Fog of War, he saw a quick glimpse of it. Very, very peculiar. But I guess that's the nature of it. IdrA, as a result, was not able to get it up. SeleCT picks up a very quick win, number 2, end the series 2-0 in favor of SeleCT.
Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors for that game. I don't really have anything.
Guys, thank you so much to Twitch.tv for providing the stream, as well as the chat and everything related to getting our stream on board. Thanks, Twitch, for everything.